Check. check. I'd like to welcome you to Mississinewa High School. We had technical difficulties getting things going, but we're underway now. Nobody out, runner on first. And right fielder Mariah Brown steps to the plate for Southwood. First pitch was high for ball one. Southwood leads here in the top half of the third inning, 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch is taken high for ball two. Don't forget, coming up next Monday, Mississinewa will host Sectional 23. The 2-0 pitch is going to be called a strike on a bunt attempt. So it's going to be 2-1 the count here in the top of the third. Like I said, Southwood with a 1-0 lead here on Senior Day. And the pitch outside for ball three, a 3-1 count to the right fielder. Candace Downham on the mound for the Lady Indians with Olivia Rice behind the plate. Madison Dotterwick, Kylie Smalley make up the right half of the field. Riley McKee and Lexi Cruzen will make up the left side in the infield. The outfield from left to right, Katie Hosier in left, Aubrey Tan in center, and Amaya David in right. We have 2 runners on, nobody out, and we head to the top of the order with third baseman Cassidy Simpson. Pitch is bunted back to the pitcher. She'll throw it on to first for out number 1. 2 runners in scoring position brings up the pitcher, number 1, Ashley Smith. Here's the pitch. Will be fouled into foul territory. Cruzen will run over and make the catch for out number 2. So Smith will fly out in foul territory, which brings up the catcher, number 5, McKenna Pace. The Grant 4 will be played Saturday for Mississinewa, a makeup date. It will be at Eastbrook. Mississinewa will play in the first game. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. And Downham goes back to work with an inside pitch low and inside for ball 1. Candace started the season down at the JV level and then worked her way up to the varsity level. Had a good outing a couple of weeks ago against Heritage and a Lady Indian victory. This one paints the outside corner for strike 1, and it's a 1-1 count. This one will be high and outside. 2 balls and a strike. This pitch swung, Fly ball to the second baseman, Kylie Smalley. She'll make the catch, and that will end the top half of the third inning. Southwood with no hits, 2 walks, and 2 batters left on base. We'll move into the bottom half of the inning. This is Lady Indians softball on the Tribe Sports Network. So welcome back to Mississinewa High School as we get the bottom half of the third inning underway. That brings up the catcher, number 10, Olivia Rice. Olivia had a great week last week at the plate. This one on the outside corner called a strike. We're underway in the bottom half of the third. This one lined to first for out number 1. So Rice will line out to the first baseman, which brings up second baseman number 2, Kylie Smalley. Kylie just moving into the leadoff position last week, I believe. She's had a pretty good season so far at the plate. Here's the pitch. This one will be taken low and inside for ball 1. And this pitch will be taken on the outside corner for a strike. That'll even up the count at 1-1. Here comes the pitch. This one high and inside. That'll be ball 2. A 2-1 count to the second baseman. And the pitch. This one inside. It'll be a 3-1 count. Smalley looking for anything across the plate here. Here's the pitch. This one on the inside corner. We go to a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. This one will be lined into center field. A base hit for Smalley. So Smalley with a single to center field. That will bring up the center fielder, number 0, Aubrey Tan. So Smalley trying to get something going here in the bottom half of the third. Lady Indians trailing 1-0 here. And this will be a bunt, and she's going to have a bunt single. Now Smalley on her way to third, the throw, and she's there. Now Tan will be thrown out, trying to take an extra base. So all that moves Smalley over to third, and now it brings up the third baseman, number 5, Alexi Cruzen, who delivered a big hit a week ago. base hit here, and we will even things up at 1 apiece. An outside pitch taken for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Called a strike. It'll be 1-1 to the third baseman. Cruzen, a junior, her 3rd year at the varsity level. And here's the pitch. Taken on the outside corner for strike. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lexi Cruzen. A chance to score here for Mississinewa with Smalley standing on 3rd. Here's a ball lined to right field, and that will plate the runner of Smalley. Cruzen around first. She heads to second, and she'll be in there with a double and an RBI. So Cruzen delivers once again. A big hit there for Mississinewa. So Smalley scores. It ties things up at 1 apiece. And now steps in the senior right fielder, number 14, Amaya David. Here's the pitch. This one will be chopped foul. Amaya, one of 3 seniors being honored here today, along with Madison Dotterwick, the first baseman, and Madison Stanley. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This one fouled back behind the plate and caught, and that will end the inning. So at the end of 3 innings, it's Southwood 1, Mississinewa 1. The Lady Indians have 2 hits and a 1-runner score. At the end of 3, it's Southwood 1, Mississinewa 1. We're back with the 4th in 30 seconds. Welcome back to Mississinewa, top half of the 4th, and the pitch. This one laced into center field, but right to the center fielder, Aubrey Tan. That will record the first out. So now that brings up the shortstop, number 17, Keegan Simpson. Mississinewa in action again here tomorrow, taking on Huntington North. A 5 p.m. start. Here's the pitch. Taken on the outside corner for a strike. No balls and a strike here to the shortstop. Here's the pitch, outside a ball. This one fouled off for a strike. A 1-2 count. So actually 2 balls and 2 strikes. Candace Downham on the mound for the 3rd time in her short varsity career. She's done a phenomenal job. And here's the pitch. This one fouled down the 3rd baseline. This is Downham's junior season. Like I said, she's started the year off down at the junior varsity level, now up to the varsity level, and she has not disappointed. Here's the pitch. This one, a changeup, and taken for a ball. So it's a 3-2 count, a full count. And here we go. Here's the pitch on a full count. Swung on and fouled straight back. So Wagner all over that one. That was Simpson, rather. This one is swung and a drop third strike, but she will reach first on an error on the catcher. So that one will go as a strikeout and an E2. And now that brings up the center fielder, number 27, Kayla Mays. So a strikeout goes down, but nobody out. A runner on first. So that one fouled away. It'll be no balls and one strike. Here's the pitch. This one high and outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike here in the top half of the fourth. We're all tied up at 1. Of course, Lexi Cruzen delivering a base hit, or a double, and an RBI there in the bottom half of the third. And this one fouled away down the right field line. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the seniors on the field. You have first baseman Madison Dotterwick. Here's a steal and a throw down to second, and she's thrown out, trying to take second. A good throw from the catcher, Rice. McKee there to cover the bag, and she retires her for the first out. That'll be the second out, rather. As I was saying, the seniors on the field is first baseman Madison Stanley, right fielder Amaya David, and left fielder Madison Stanley. Here's a pitch on the outside corner, and she is rung up on strikes. And that will end the top half of the fourth. Top half of the fourth. You have a fly out and 2 strikeouts for Southwood. The bottom half of the inning coming up next on the Tribe Sports Network. So welcome back to Mississinewa High School, bottom half of the fourth inning. And that brings to the plate the left fielder, number 3, Madison Stanley. Stanley, a senior, has had a great year, a great senior season at the plate, leading the Lady Indians in the batting average category. And now she steps in for her first plate appearance of the day, or her second plate appearance, sorry. Here's the first pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1. 0-1 count to the senior left fielder. Here's the pitch. This one fouled out of play. It'll be an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. This one taking high and outside. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes to Madison Stanley. Here's the 1-2 pitch. High and inside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stanley having a great battle at the plate here. This one, fly ball, infield fly to the third baseman, and she will fly out for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the shortstop, number 1, Riley McKee. Riley struggled at the plate last week. She steps in for her second plate appearance. This one will be chopped back to the pitcher, thrown on the first, and that will be out number 2. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom half of the inning, and that brings up number 9, Katie Hosier. Beginning of the season, Hosier was phenomenal at the plate. When they needed a hit, that's who they brought to the plate, and she definitely delivered. So she steps in now for her second plate appearance of this afternoon. Let's see what she can do here. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Grounded to the second baseman, fielded, thrown on the first, and that will end the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. And at the end of 4, it's Southwood 1, Mississinewa 1. We're back with the top half of the 5th. This is Lady Indians Softball on the Tribe Sports Network. So welcome back to Mississinewa High School, top half of the 5th, and we got a pitching change. Jenna Berryhill will head to the mound for the Lady Indians. She's done a majority of the pitching here in 2019 for the Lady Indians softball team. So Downham goes 4 innings and only allows 1 run. So a good outing there for the junior, Candace Downham. So leading off the top half of the 5th, pitch from Berryhill will be inside for a ball to second baseman Madeline Turner. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one taken high and inside for ball 2. Two-0 pitch swung on for strike 1. It'll be a 2-1 count. This one also swung on and missed for strike 2, so it'll be a 2-2 count to the second baseman. This one a fly ball to center field, and Tan will be there and have it for out number 1. So Turner flies out to center field, which brings up left fielder number 14, Aaliyah Douglas. Very nice day for softball. I feel like this is probably the First day that there's been sunshine for softball in a long, long time. Here's the pitch. Outside, taking a ball. It'll be a 1-0 count. This one low and inside. We get 2-0 count. Two balls, no strikes to the left fielder. This one will be swung and fouled back. Don't forget Mississinewa in action 3 more times this week. 2 at home and 1 on the road at Eastbrook for the Grant 4 on Saturday. This one chopped back to the pitcher, Barry Hill. She'll throw it on to first for the second out. Douglas will ground out to the pitcher, and it brings up right fielder number 9, Mariah Brown. Here's the pitch. Looked like it was on the inside corner, but called a ball. It'll be 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Inside, swung and missed. It'll be a 1-1 count. Jenna Berryhill has been pretty much lights out for most of the season on the mound. Be 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Berryhill back to work. Here's the pitch. This one taking a ball a little bit high. It'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It'll be fouled. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that will do it for the top half of the 5th. So at the end of the top half of the 5th, Lady Indians coming to the plate. It's still tied at 1. Welcome back. Bottom half of the 5th inning. And stepping to the plate will be the senior first baseman, number 13, Madison Dotterwick. Here's the pitch, high and outside for ball 1. 1-0 count to the senior first baseman. This one will be low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Be taken high for ball 3. You have Dodderwick, Rice, and Smalley due up here in the bottom half of the 5th. Here's the 3-0 pitch outside for ball 4, and Dodderwick will draw a walk to get the bottom half of the inning underway. So Dodderwick down to first, and it brings up the catcher, number 10, Olivia Rice. So here's the pitch. This one on the outside corner called a strike. The 0-1 pitch will be swung and missed. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch inside, ball 1. So Dodderwick thrown out, trying to take second for the first out. Don't forget, Lady Indians in action. Open up sectional play next Monday here at home at 5:30 against Heritage. This one fouled and out of play. So now the catcher battling back here on a 1-2 count. Here's the 1-2 pitch. This one lined into right field, and the right fielder will go back and make the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs, nobody on, and that brings up second baseman number 2, Kylie Smalley. Here's the pitch. This one will be low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to the second baseman. Here on senior day, fresh cut grass out there in the outfield by Matthew Stevens. What a phenomenal job he does. He doesn't just take care of the softball field, he takes care of the baseball field, the football field, and all types of things around here in Mississinewa. Here's a pitch low in the dirt. One ball, 1 strike. This one on the outside corner for strike 2. Here's the pitch. This one laced into right field, a base hit. So Kylie Smalley trying to get something going here with 2 outs. And that will bring up the center fielder, number 0, Aubrey Tan. So Lexi Cruzen now at the plate. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Cruzen delivered in the bottom half of the third to tie things up at 1. What a big hit it would be for her to drive in the go-ahead run here on Senior Day. Here's the pitch. This one high, taken for a ball. And here's the pitch. This one's still too high. It'll be this one was lined right at the third baseman for the third out. At the end of 5, it's Southwood 1, Mississinewa 1. We're back with the top half of the 6th. This is Lady Indians Softball on the Tribe Sports Network. Welcome back, top half of the 6th. And that stepping to the plate will be the right-handed batting third baseman number 1, Cassidy Simpson. Barry Hill back to the mound. Here's the pitch. That one taken for a ball. It'll be a 1-0 count to the third baseman. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Barry Hill. This one on the inside corner, a strike. 1-1 count to Simpson. And the pitch. This one fouled and out of play. One-two count. And here's the pitch. This one fouled off the fence. Had some people up here in the press box jumping around. And the pitch in the dirt. That'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. A full count to Simpson. Here's Barry Hill. And the pitch, and she draws a walk. So Cassidy Simpson will draw the walk here in the top half of the 6th. That brings up the pitcher number 1, Ashley Smith. Smith batting from the left side. That one taken low and outside. 4, ball 1. Of course, we got to keep adjusting the camera because of foul balls bouncing off the fence. Here's a bunt right out in front of home plate. The throw to first, too high. And a runner will go on to third, so Southwood has something going here in the top half of the 6th. Runners on the corners for catcher number 5, McKenna Pace. Nobody out still. Let's see if Berry Hill can work her magic in this one. Here's the pitch. This one a strike. And Smith will go on down to second, so 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out. Here's a pitch, a little inside for a ball. Here's the pitch. This one swung on and missed. Pretty nice crowd here to support the softball team here on Senior Day. And the pitch, this one fouled and out of play. You know, you've got a good support from the students when you get some of the football crew in to support the softball team. Here's the pitch. This one outside and swung on a miss for strike 3, so that'll be 1 out with runners at second and third for the first baseman, number 28, Tabitha Thomas. Thomas steps in, waiting to hit this one a country mile. Here's a pitch outside a ball. 1-0 count to the first baseman. The corner's playing in. Third baseman cruising in a few feet in front of the bag, and Dodderwick also a couple of feet in front of the bag. One's hit hard enough, they'll try to stop the runner from going home to keep things tied. Here's the pitch. This one swung. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. This one inside, almost hit her. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, taking a look at the infield here in just a minute. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Berry Hill back to the mound. What a big strikeout this one would be. Here's the pitch. This one fouled right back off the fence. So Berry Hill and Rice make up the battery, the pitcher and catcher. Moving from right to left, you have Dodderwick at first, Smalley at second. Riley McKee at shortstop, and Lexi Cruzen rakes up the infield at third base. With a 2-2 pitch, here it is. Swung on and missed for a strikeout, and that is the second out of the inning. So 2 strikeouts back-to-back. Berry Hill comes out and gets it. And that brings up the shortstop, number 17, Keegan Simpson. So back-to-back strikeouts for the junior pitcher. The outfield moving from left to right. We have senior Madison Stanley in left. Aubrey Tannen, center, and senior right fielder Amaya David. Here's the pitch. Fouled and out of play. No balls and a strike. Jenna Berry-Hill has been very phenomenal with back-to-back strikeouts. Let's see what she can do here. Here's a pitch, fouled and out of play. So Berry-Hill ahead of the batter, 0-2. What a huge strikeout or an out this would be for Berry-Hill. She has runners at second and third with nobody out and works her way to 2 strikeouts, and this one is hit hard but out of play. So 3 straight balls fouled and out of play. So Jenna doing a great job on the mound after allowing 2 runners on. Here we go with an 0-2 pitch. Berry-Hill back to the mound. Here comes the pitch. This one swung on and missed, and she gets back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. Into the top of the first. It's Southwood 1, Mississinewa 1. The bottom half of the inning coming up next. Bottom half of the 6th, tied at 1 apiece, and that brings up the right fielder, a senior number 14, Amaya David. What a big hit it would be to get the 6th started for Amaya, a senior here on senior day. You have back-to-back seniors coming to the plate here in this inning. You have David, Stanley, and McKee all due up here in the bottom half of the 6th. It's been a pretty good game here so far. Here comes the pitch. This one taken outside for ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count to the senior right fielder. Here's the 1-0 pitch on its way outside for ball 2. You can hear, obviously, in the background, they have walk-up songs. That wouldn't be possible without Lauren Banter. And here's a ball lined up the middle, a base hit. Bottom half of the 6th, and the Lady Indians have something cooking here with the left fielder, Madison Stanley, coming to the plate. As I was saying, I was giving thanks to people, and obviously thanks to Tyler Gleason doing a great job keeping the scoreboard updated for all the fans here at the game. So Madison Stanley steps in from the left side. Runner on first, nobody out. And here's a bunt fouled away. Stanley has been pretty consistent at the plate this year. If she gets one in a wheelhouse, she can drive it a long ways. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Taken outside, a ball, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This one swung, fly ball to center field. Ran on and caught for the first out. So Stanley will fly out to center field, and that brings up the shortstop, number 1, Riley McKee. Riley did something a year ago that I have never personally saw someone do. She went to the plate 14 times in a row and got on base 14 consecutive times with hits, not by a walk or hit by pitch, all hits, before she was finally got out, and now she steps into the plate in a key moment. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one outside and low for a ball. Here's the 2-0 pitch. This one lined maybe into the gap, and this one will be dropped. It'll be an error on the center fielder. David slides into second, safe. Now she's going to run over to third. She'll be in there at third, so runners at the corners. That's why you put the ball in play. So McKee reaches on an error to center field, and that brings up number 9, Katie Hosier. I was bragging on Katie a little bit earlier when they needed a big hit early in the season. She's had some clutch moments with coming up with a couple of base hits, and now Southwood will gather in the infield and chat things over. So here in the bottom half of the 6th, we're all tied at 1 with runners on the corner. Amaya David with a base hit, and then Riley McKee hit one into the right center field gap that was dropped, but she was able to reach on the air by the center fielder. But like we said, and that brings up Katie Hosier, who bats from the left side. She's had a couple of huge hits earlier in the year, and let's see if she can deliver one here. So Hosier steps in, waits on the pitch. Here it comes. This one low, a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. I think both teams just excited to be playing in sunshine instead of rain. This one lined to the shortstop. McKee slides into second. She'll be out, but that isn't what matters. What matters is Hosier hits the ball, and Amaya David will scoot across the plate and take the lead for the Lady Indians. It'll be a 2-1 lead for Mississinewa with 2 outs, and in steps the first baseman, Madison Dotterwick, who bats from the right side. Here's the pitch. High for ball 1. The Lady Indians take the lead here in the bottom half of the 6th. 2-1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one looked to be in there, a strike, but he's going to call it a little low for ball 2. So here we go. 2-0 count. This is a hitter's count. And the 2-0 pitch outside for ball 3. The catcher, Olivia Rice, standing on deck, waiting to get an opportunity. Here's the 3-0 pitch. This one called a strike. Looked like it might have scraped the dirt, but he called it a strike. That one might have even glanced the plate a little bit, but here's a 3-1 pitch. This one swung on and out of play. So now Simpson battles her way back into this count, and we got a full count. Dotterwick should have been standing down at first. Here's the pitch. This one swung, lined into the outfield. This one caught. But at the end of 6, Mississinewa plates the go-ahead run on a infield fielder's choice by Katie Hosier. And at the end of 6, it's Mississinewa 2, Southwood 1. We're back with the top half of the inning. This is Lady Indians Softball on the Tribe Sports Network. Welcome back to Mississinewa, top half of the 7th. Here's Berry Hill's pitch. This one fouled straight back, and that'll rattle the camera. Center fielder Kayla Mays stepping to the plate. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. The camera rattled like John Hall rattles the running backs on the defensive end for the football team. Here's the 0-2 count. High and a ball. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Inside, called strike 3. And Berry Hill will send Kayla Mays walking back to the dugout. That brings up second baseman number 10, Madeline Turner. Beautiful pitch there by number 4 on the mound. This one fouled and out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. High and outside, ball 1. The strike zone's been all over the place here this afternoon. It's been north, south, east, and west here today. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. A 1-2 count. This one fouled. So Turner staying alive here with a 1-2 count. Hope to have all you out here at Mississinewa a week from yesterday, as the Lady Indians will play Heritage in round 1 of the sectional here at Mississinewa beginning at 5:30 on Monday. Here's a ground ball hit to the second baseman. She'll throw it on to first and retire the second batter. So 2 outs here in the top half of the 7th, and that brings up left fielder number 14, Aaliyah Douglas. Southwood down to their final out. It's been a pitcher's duel for most of the game. And here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Here's the pitch, fouled and rattled off the fence. That'll keep you awake. comes the pitch. This one popped up to the pitcher, and that'll do it. The final score, Mississinewa wins here on Senior Day by a final score of 2-1. We want to thank you all for joining us from Gas City. The Lady Indians in action again here tomorrow afternoon at 5 p.m. against Huntington North.